Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with a review of the Jabra Elite Active 65Ts. Now I just recently reviewed the Elite Active 75Ts. I like them a lot, but a lot of people may not want to spend $200 on a set of earbuds. That's really expensive, and you shouldn't have to spend that much money to get a good sound experience. Well, Jabra makes really good products, so I thought, logically, let's check these out. I've seen a lot of different refurbished, recertified, renewed deals, like on Amazon or on eBay and stuff like that. So you can get them a lot less expensive than even buying them brand new, but still, I wanted to take a look and see if they're actually any good. And I think they are. So before we get into the full review, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can get updates on the latest videos when they come out. Now, let's take a look at the 65Ts. All right, so here we are with the 65Ts. Now, I do want to say before I get started, these were sent out by Jabra as review units. It's not sponsored video. They're not compensating me for this, and they're not getting to see it before you are. But they are a really good set of earbuds. I was really surprised how good they were, actually. There's kind of a big gulf between the 2019 and 2018 earbuds. It's like 2018 was the really a good year for true wireless earbuds, but 2019 just took it to the next level. We started getting better features, we started getting more power, better battery life, better charging cases, all that good stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of those for the last year, and going back and taking a look at these, I'm surprised at how well they've held up. They offer a lot of value, a lot of power, and still have really good performance, even for being 2 years old now. Now, you can pick these up a lot of different places. I've seen them on like Target, I've seen them on Amazon, eBay, recertified, renewed, all that good stuff. Do some research on those before you buy some, because I've seen some varying degrees of stories on they turned out perfect, they were brand new, I got a pair that looked like they weren't even clean before they were sent to me. So buyer beware there, but you can still get them brand new. They come in two different colors. You can get them in like the bronze color or the silver looking color. They have 5 hours of battery life, and you get 2 recharges with the case for a total of 15 hours of playtime. They do have the built-in assistant feature where you can hold down the button on the right ear, you can get your assistant, you can play or pause. One curious thing that I do like about them when it comes to the functionality is on the left earbud, it's actually a volume up and volume down button based off whether you touch the top part or the bottom part. And then if you hold the button down, you can go forward or backwards on your track. So that's cool. They've got the Find My Earbuds feature, which is built into the app. They even have an accelerometer in them, so it'll keep track of your steps when you're doing like a workout. You do have to start and stop that within the app. It's okay. There are kind of better mechanisms for tracking that now, especially in a lot of Android phones like LG or Samsung, but it's there and it's built in. Phone calls are good. They're more than adequate. You can make phone calls with them and talk. One nice thing that I like is you can go into the app and you can adjust it to where you can hear your voice while you're talking on them. So that kind of eliminates some of that talking really loud, because you're not getting the feedback. Because normally when you talk, you're able to hear that while you're talking, versus when you put some noise isolating earbuds in, you kind of sound like you're talking in a closed off environment and you can't hear yourself. So you're prone to talk louder. So what this does, it gives you that feedback and picks it up while you're talking. So I like that. It does have the hear through technology in it, so you can hear what's going on around you. You can adjust the level inside the app to make it stronger or weaker. It's not as good as the AirPods Pro or the Jabra Elite 75Ts, but for being 2-year-old technology, if you do have the volume turned down and you turn it on, you can hear people talking, you can hear things like cars going by and stuff like that. So I think that it's worth it. I mean, they did an all right job for 2 years ago. It's just not quite on par with what we've experienced and expect, now in 2019, 2020 earbuds. So, but it does have that. One thing that drives me utterly crazy about this case, normally when it comes to earbud cases, you just pop the top on it, but it has like this little lock feature. So you have to push in on it and then up to get it to unlock. And then the earbuds, they kind of come unseated, so you can't even just like push it down. You have to make sure they're lined up. They have this little groove that the stem sits in here with the other microphone pickup. And you have to make sure, anyway, so just turn it on. So anyway, yeah, you have to make sure that that locks into place. It has like this little, I guess it's almost like a spring that's inside of there. They don't seat all the way in there without having to push them down and close the lid. So I don't know how they decided to come up with that, but things have changed a lot over the last 2 years. Of course, it doesn't have the 6.5, 7, 8 hour play times that some other earbuds have, but it's still on par with a lot of other stuff, especially the AirPods. And I've listened to the regular AirPods and the AirPods Series 2, and I think that these sound better than those. So that's good straight out of the gate, that they do have good performance. They've got great volume, and the functionality is good too. So one other thing I want to talk about with the 65Ts is that they do not work in mono mode, meaning that you can use either one of them independently. Now, you can use the right one by itself, but if you're listening to the left one and you take the right one out and put it in the case, it will disconnect and lose connection. This one won't work. But it is nice, whenever you open up the case, you take them out, by the time you get them to your ears, the suckers are already connected. They have a really nice, fast, and strong connection. Work up to at least 33 feet, you're good to go. The other thing is they do support AAC, which works great with iPhones. It does not have aptX support, but most of the newer Jabra stuff doesn't either. I haven't found that it's really that big of an issue. I haven't noticed any latency stuff, and the sound compression and the overall sound quality does sound really good. I did play some video games, and if you play like Mario Kart, some other stuff like that, I noticed kind of like maybe a quarter of a second delay, which is not too terribly bad, but watching videos, listening to music, YouTube, different streaming services, I didn't have any problems whatsoever. Now, I do want to go ahead and show you what these look like in the ear. We'll do the wear test real quick. So pop this one in. Now, one thing with these earbuds is that they really occupy like the entire ear space. So when you look and see here, they're not the smallest or the lightest earbuds in the world. I mean, they're not overly bulky as far as earbuds go, but they fill up this whole space of your ear. They have probably the most superior noise isolation that I have seen in a set of earbuds, just because they're in there so good. So you've got that. But yeah, they don't stick out too far. You will probably notice some slight discomfort, especially at first when you start wearing them, because they do, like I said, they kind of take up the whole ear space there. So the first week I listened to them, after a couple of hours, you would start to notice it a little bit. But since I've been listening to them for longer periods of time and over the last 2 weeks, I don't really notice it so much anymore. So I think it does get better, but your individual preference is going to dictate that, whether they're comfortable for you or not. But I think they're okay, and they're absolutely perfect for working out. These suckers are not going to fall out. Okay, so talking about the sound experience. These have really, really good sound, especially for 2-year-old earbuds. I was listening to them. They have a lot of power. The bass is really good for 2 years ago. I mean, if you listen to some 2018 earbuds and then you listen to them now in 2020, a lot of them are not going to hold up as well, especially considering all the new technology advancements that have come out. But these still sound really good. They've got nice depth and soundstage. You can tell really well where the instruments are coming from with the stereo sound that's going on, and everything's kind of spaced out nice and gives itself plenty of room. It's not all jumbled up. It's not all forced and pushed together. You get a nice developed sound that you can really tell the bass and the mids and the highs apart from each other. So it makes for a really nice listening experience. The vocals are good. You've got great synthesizers, great drivers there for that. The highs, they're not the most amazing in the world, but you can hear them. You can tell what's going on. And then whenever you have the bass is really good. It has some depth. It has some hit, especially whenever you go in and you adjust it with the customizable equalizer. That right there just gives you so much flexibility to set it up how you want. And that's one of the greatest selling points of these earbuds is that global equalizer. There's still so many earbuds now, even in 2020, that are coming out that don't have that. And to me, that's like next level stuff when it comes to earbuds. So the fact that they were doing it 2 years ago is great, and now it works out just as well. You go in there, you set it up how you want it, you can customize it. There's some that you can choose from already. One thing that you need to note though is when you go in, make sure you go to your individual apps that you listen to, and if you have your equalizer set up in those already, make sure you change it to default or flat, because if you try to use the global equalizer and set it up in the Jabra app and then also use the one that's in the other one, it'll tone the levels down twice as much. You're going to have conflicting adjustments. And that's important because I had been testing out another set of earbuds before I started to review these, and it didn't have the global equalizer function or an app. So I was relying on the Spotify mixer to set all my levels and stuff. So I had everything set up the way that I wanted, and then I went in and I did it with Jabra. I put the earbuds in, I'm like, man, these really don't sound all that good. These are like, it's toned down, the bass is not there, what's going on? These are supposed to be good. And then I realized after about 15 or 20 minutes of listening to it, as I was changing stuff around, that it was because I had both equalizers turned on. So make sure that you go into your apps and set those to flat or default so you can get the best listening experience. In addition to that, in the app, you can use the hear-through mode. You can turn that on and off there, and you can also adjust the slider for the strength to make it stronger or lighter for what it picks up on the outside world. Of course, if you're listening to your earbuds really loud, you're not going to really take advantage of that feature at all. So you kind of have to turn it down to about half or a third volume, and then it picks up really well and you can hear what's going on. Other than that, you also have the noise generator that's in here. So you can go in, you can listen to the white noise, the pink noise, the rustling brook, all of that good stuff. So you can, if you want to listen to something nice and calm when you're getting ready to go to bed, if you want to take like a little Zen moment, you can do all that stuff. It's nice. Also, you'll see down there you have the thing for the pedometer, which uses the built-in accelerometer. I mentioned that earlier. It's okay. I don't really know why you would use that now. Most of the Android phones that come out, especially the big ones like Samsung and LG, have built-in fitness stuff that already tracks that. So I didn't see that was all that helpful, but it's there. And then, of course, you get your firmware updates and all that stuff from the app as well. But overall, I've been really impressed with these, especially considering that they're 2 years old now, and there are a whole lot of deals out there where you can get them less than the MSRP. Now, taking a look around, it looks like the MSRP is still about $139. It's just cheap. It's cheaper than when they first came out, and it's still about $70 cheaper than the new 75Ts. But like I said, check around, look on Amazon, look on different places. Just Google and type it in, and it'll kind of pull up and show you the different prices for different websites that are available so you can find the best deal for you. But otherwise, even if you pay $139 for these things, you're not going to be disappointed with these earbuds. They sound good, they work well, the performance is solid, great functionality, great phone calls, and then the ability to find your earbuds, to use the sound generator, to use the hear-through technology. Plus, they're IP56 dust and water resistant, so they are waterproof to an extent. They're not the kind that you can throw in the water and leave them submerged or anything, but heavy splash water, stuff like that, lots of sweat from an intense workout, you're good to go, so you don't have to worry about that. So lots of cool things going on here. And again, the sound experience is top-notch still. I mean, it's not as good as the 75Ts, but we're also talking $199 versus $139. So there's a significant price difference there, but putting these against other earbuds and the price point like the Samsung Galaxy Buds or the AirPods Series 2, these right here definitely beat out both of those. So that's all I've got on my review. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'll get back with you. Like I said in the beginning, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can get updates on the latest videos. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.